What's up guys, Bobcat here and welcome back to Tales of Maj'Eyal. Last time we ended off in the old Conclave vault trying to free the ogres. Oh, that's what hit me last time. And we're going to be continuing on today and hopefully getting to the bottom. Let's wait them for a second. That heals with Constitution. That's not the one I want. I want the Rune of the Warrior, which scales with Strength, because our Strength is absolutely monstrous. That's not bad, but obviously not very good for us. If we were a brawler, I would happily equip that. But alas, we are not. Ooh, hello. I'm going to keep that. Because that belt is against summoners, and later on when we enter the orc area, the orcs are separated into different tribes. So you've got a tribe of pure melee people, a tribe of summoners, a tribe of wormricks, and a tribe of what were they? I know there was necromancers, unless that was the summoners. Might have been wormricks, warriors, elementalists, and I guess the final one is summoners and necromancers, because they all hit with blight damage and darkness damage, which, as you can imagine, not fun. Don't enjoy being hit by darkness and blight damage. But hey, if that belt reduces damage from from what do you call it? From summoned creatures, I will gladly take it. Because our belt at the moment is only giving us like a bit of temporal resistance and a bit of lightning resistance. So ultimately, that belt would be quite an improvement. In fact, I probably should equip it now. Another scroll. Oh god, this is a long one. Okay, yeah, there's one more to go after this, I think. The overseers were ecstatic about my idea. Our staff have begun relocating to a more secure location, deep underground with several extensive tunnels leading in from different locations. Although this means we can no longer leave to harvest herbs for our infusions, the increased budget the overseers have given us is more than enough to compensate. Many wounded are still brought to me through the tunnels, but our goal is not simply to make them as strong and healthy as they were before, but far stronger and far healthier than they could have dreamed. This has brought to us unconscious. They are brought to us unconscious with amnesia spells already applied to us should they do not resist our experiments. Although they are not told they would be test subjects before being brought here, we are sure they would have consented to these experiments. If they knew how valuable they were to help the Conclave. As such, this process violates several oaths we have taken as healers, and I ultimately do not see any moral problem with this, and nobody else at this facility has expressed any concern to me. After all, those who joined the Conclave as soldiers have already volunteered to give their lives in service to the overseers and enlightened rule. And this surely means much more... This is surely a much more productive way to do so than dying to a Nargle sling bullet. With all the better components, we can make some basic improvements to their strength as we could before, but the changes do not stop there. With so many subjects to work with, and the overseers' encouragement to take risks, we have made them much larger, with associated multiplying effects of their effectiveness in combat, and reinforced their constitution to be capable of bearing more inscriptions without collapsing under the stress. A fellow researcher has a brilliant idea to use this runic affinity as to both enhance their connection to magic's weave and to make them biologically and structurally dependent on it. Now, our frontline soldiers can conjure devastating fireballs with little training, and should those hairy-footed vermin attempt to raise one of these soldiers from the dead, they will collapse, having lost the magic that kept them intact when they still lived. You know, I didn't remember reading that last time. That's interesting. Guess I didn't read them out loud last time. The overseers have been working with us personally to make physiological change as well. With a blank state provided by the amnesia spell, psychological even, not physiological, we've managed to give them the mindset that will serve them well both during the war and for our glorious reign that shall follow. Extraordinarily dutiful, helpful, and striving for excellence in their daily lives without lusting for power or personal glory. Wise about their place in the world and slow to anger, but utterly fearless when needed. Just as the higher were created to be scholars and policymakers, and have proven successful in this role beyond the Conclave's wildest dreams, these new ogres, as the staff has taken to nicknaming them, shall be our labourers and soldiers, a solid foundation of hard work and dutiful enforcement which our society shall be built upon. There will still be a place for unaltered races, of course. Their natural adaptability will make them perfect to fill in any gaps as the glue that holds everything else together. I mean, it sounds pretty good. In fact, we can actually make a higher human. If you remember in the choosing screen of races, there's the Kornak, which is just a regular human, but there's the higher. I didn't realise the higher was actually a experiment by the overseers. These ogres are integrating into our military well. The rank-and-file soldiers know better than to attract attention from the overseers by asking too many questions about where their new giant allies came from, and thus acceptance came rather swiftly once they saw these creations in action. We received reports that one ogre sergeant was seen eating a particularly insolent halfling alive after he feigned surrender and attempted to cast a lightning spell. This spectacle was both highly motivating to our troops and demoralizing to the remnants of the halfling squad. It's demoralized the remnants of that halfling's squad into surrendering. So I shall be enhancing their digestive capabilities as well. For the most part, though, our research work is done, and all that's left is to get a response from the overseers as to whether to increase their birth rate or not. Currently set very low as a precaution against future overpopulation, and the training we give freshly created ogres for rune magic, given their regular maintenance of the runes, is necessary to keeping them alive. That is not to say that we have idle staff. However, some of us have made projects after the war ends, a modification of our experimental growth tanks, rendering them capable of holding a person of ogre biology indefinitely in a sleeping state where they do not age or starve. We can install these tanks filled with these sleeping ogres stationed by bridges that may need regular maintenance, stashed in reserved armories, or any other places where you would need a batch of dependable workers or guards without having to incur the other costs associated with keeping extra citizens around. I mean, it sounds pretty good so far. Though I will admit this conclave business does sound a little sketchy. Then again, I don't actually know what happened to the conclave. I think it has been like thousands of years since this conclave happened, because the war happened before the Spellblaze. And the Spellblaze happened a very long time ago. So I imagine the conclave has probably just disappeared. But yeah, you can sort of see the ideas going in behind the ogres. Oop, hang on. Oh. I forget. I'm trying to remember something. I'm trying to remember why exactly this facility was collapsed. Because it was done intentionally. Don't think it was due to any shenanigans from the orcs at this point. I think it was just bad luck that they got found by halflings that ultimately caused them to, well, have to seal the vault and make some very difficult decisions. It's a shame as well, because the leader of this whole operation, in the notes that we'll eventually read, was quite positive about the outlook of the future, and that they'll only be in for a couple of years at most, you know, in the stasis tanks for a couple of years at most, before the conclave finds them and releases them. Yeah, that didn't happen. In fact, now that I think about it, was the conclave destroyed by the orcs? I think it was. I think what happened was the orcs came out and managed to destroy the conclave capital, basically, which is what forced the allied kingdoms to spawn, I guess. Because at the moment, we have the allied kingdom, which includes, you know, the halflings, the dwarf, well, not the dwarves, because the dwarves are part of the Iron Throne, but the humans and the halflings. So I guess that's sort of what happened. The orcs attacked and sort of forced a truce between everyone, as tends to happen when you're at war with an incredibly dangerous race of extremely powerful warriors. Ooh, I know that mall. I got that maul when I was playing my Doom. Was it Doomsayer? Doombringer, I think it was. I got that in my first... It was like one of the first drops I got. I was really excited, then I accidentally touched a demon statue and died horribly. Yeah, it wasn't fun when that happened. Still. Small problem, I suppose. Ooh. I always get really... Oh, there we go, there we go. Ah, it was female. An enormous ogre clad in a tattered set of robes with an officer's badge. She clutches a healer staff wrapped in casing plaster, and scalpels were used as... And scalpels for use as a massive spike club. Now, I will admit, I don't know why she is like she is. Okay, that was weird. Like, I don't know if she went insane after all the years, but I don't think she did. At least it wasn't implied. Which is, you know, interesting to think about. She also teleported away, so if you'll excuse me, get back here. Where are you going? Oh, she died of bleeding. Astelrid's club staff. Like its former owner, this is once an instrument of altruistic healing before fury and fear caused its twisting into a sadistic weapon. Suggests surges of its restorative magic can be faintly felt under the layers of plaster and sharp surgical equipment. Robes of force, and the final log entry. Announcement to all staff. I'm sure you've heard the rumours about what our scryers saw, and we've been in lockdown for the past few days. It is with a heavy heart that I must confirm that they are true. The Norgal have taken the lands above our facility and are now combing the area with golems to find the entrance. We have already lost one entrance to the failsafe explosive ruin. To the failsafe explosive rune trap set in place to collapse it, and now they are looking to defuse those as well. In short, we have no means of escape, and if allowed the time, they will risk finding their way in, kill us, and steal our precious work for themselves. The Empire has been through enough problems without ogres. We cannot take the risk of them finding us and tipping the balance in their favour. We are doomed, no matter what happens. My orders from the overseers in such a situation will be to destroy our findings, then put an alchemical vial they gave me into the ventilation system, painlessly suffocating us. I have no intention of throwing away our rightfully earned place in the history books by doing this. Instead, I have prematurely detonated all the remaining explosive traps, thoroughly sealing the way in. We are very, very deep underground, and without tunnels to follow, it will be decades before the Norgal excavation team reaches us. In other words, we are completely sealed off from the Nargal, not Norgal, and the rest of the Conclave. We have a small supply of emergency rations, but it will last us a couple of months at the longest. We cannot assume the Conclave will reclaim this territory in that time. We could try to repurpose the infusion herb garden for making edible crops, but this will only buy us a month. After that, before the grow lights lost their magic. Without drastic steps, we will surely die from starvation. Fortunately, we have drastic steps available to us. This is my last order. I have prepared surgical golems to apply the ogric inscriptions to us and update all our records to reflect our best current knowledge of their efforts and effectiveness. I have also had the golems upgraded. Upgrade all our growth vats, including growth vats, ones in use included, to our newest stasis tank design, and furthermore freed up enough space for each of us to use by disposing of some of the test subjects who had a low chance of survival, an action I am already beginning to regret. By the time you find this note, I will have already undergone the process myself and will be hibernating in a tank I had moved to my office. If you do not wish to die, you should acquire a weapon from the armory and then follow my lead. When we are dormant, we will be immune to the ravages of time and prepared to greet whoever finally digs their way in to find us. Hopefully it will be Conclave reinforcements, in which case we will stand down, give them our notes and await further orders. If it isn't the Conclave, make them regret it. Send a message stronger than any no trespassing sign ever could, then resume your slumber. It's been an honour working with such talented individuals, and an honour doing everything I can for our noble cause. Perhaps we still had some progress to make, but overall I'm proud of what we accomplished and the contributions that the ogre race will make to all Maj'Eyal. Long live the Conclave, Healer, Astelrid. So yeah, if we had the password and, you know, rank, name, all that stuff, we would have avoided this. I wonder if you can do that by playing a higher. Because I came as a Cornac last time. But I wonder if you played as a higher. If you could actually give them a password. I doubt you could. Just because of the fact that it's been centuries since the war with the halflings. Well, literally thousands of years, if I'm not mistaken. But hey, we've done it. We've unlocked the ogres. I hope. Actually, I'm kind of worried now. I might have to go and quickly do some looking up. Yeah, it's not very useful to us, sadly. Don't need that. These are tier 3 weapons. I mean, Astrid's... I'm just going to call it Astrid. Astrid's club staff isn't actually that bad. It's nearly good enough for us to use. But not quite there. In fact, it's a great maul. Not seeing anything particular that we want. Oop. Well, that didn't take very long. Also, I'll be back in just a moment. So I went and had a quick look. Yeah, it turns out we have now officially unlocked the ogres, even if it didn't say. Because you have to grab the lore tablets that she drops, and we looted it. So yeah, we have unlocked the ogres. Which is nice. I think I'm basically back to where I was previously. Well, not quite. I'm still missing some things, like the Doombringer and the Reaver. But that requires you to kill a certain number of enemies. In fact, can we check if I go to achievements? I'll be doing that one soon. We know that one. That's after Dreadfall. That's after Dreadfall. 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 Yeah, when I did that one, I wasn't expecting it. I completely forgot where the where the overpowered greater multi-hued worm was, and a bit of a surprise when I opened that door as my grappler. Did I? Hang on, have I not done that? I haven't. Oh, okay. And I guess it never came over here, or just never triggered. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I guess I could do the beast mission, the beast within. But nice if I had a better rune of movement. If I had a movement rune of the warrior. Oh no, that scales with strength anyway. Never mind. Okay, well, we're probably as fast as we're ever going to get. So, in we go. Yep. Okay, pop our speed, pop our second speed, and just start running. Okay. Oh wow. This is interesting. I might actually... I think this is the first time I've succeeded in doing this mission. Without losing any lumberjacks. Ben lies defeated at your feet. Thank you for cough saving me from the curse. I did not want for this. He coughs one last time and dies. Yay! Achievement get. And I saved all of them as well, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think a single one died. I didn't hear any noise of any of them dying. Cool. I guess that's what happens when you have 700 extra movement speed. Where is it? 748% movement speed. So hey, that's that done. That's nice. I think another way you can do that is if you play a rogue and you stealth, you can actually sneak your way through, because he doesn't become an enemy or something until you actually like become noticed, I guess. Or something like that. It's been a while since I read it. So what now? Well, we're 20 minutes in. Could start Dreadfall, if we wanted. What's my fire resistance like? 48%. It's not as bad as I thought. Do I have any belts that... Do I have a belt that gives me flame resistance? Sadly not. I suppose I could go shopping. Oh no, not this mission. I know this mission. This is a bit of a annoying mission. I'm not sure I'll be able to do it. I think we can still encounter it, but you have to kill like 6 cultists that all do blight damage and darkness damage. They'll also just run away from you, and it's infuriating. And we don't really have any lockdown abilities. Like if I was a brawler, then yes, because that's what I can manage to complete the mission using. But without a brawler, I don't see any way of doing it because we've got no lockdown. We can't stun them or daze them in place. So that's fun. I mentioned this in the last part as well, but yeah, this guy's gone permanently now. So we'll have to do it next time. In the meantime, however. No, that's fire resistance. And cold. Give me the belt. It's not the best belt in the world. But hey, it gives us a little bit more resistances. And I would like more resistances to fire because I'm about to enter a volcano. And I can only assume what's there. It's going to be something like fire drakes. I also don't remember doing the volcano, by the way. So, truthfully, I have no idea what could be here. Please don't be storm giants. Oh no, it's far worse. It's venom drakes. The things that do acid damage. The one thing I don't really have... resistance not too bad to it. 31. No, there's a fire elemental though. Maybe I'm not quite as stuffed as I thought I was. That's the wrong button. Just immediately start spinning. Again, this is the first time I've been to this location, so I have no idea what to expect from here. I'm expecting direwolves. Those are multi-hued drakes. No wonder that hit like a train. Multi-hued. The good news is it appears that they like to damage each other, which is, you know, kind of nice. Means that I don't have to do quite as much damage to them. What's this then? What wending path brought me to this place? I know not. The mists have obscured or obscured all passage, all trail. I see but the enclosing dominance of the caldera ahead. The ashen cauldron of steam lures me, yet repels me. I feel there is a force here trying to sway my thoughts. Where are the rest of my party? Have my friends abandoned me? I don't think I've been here before. Oh, I just noticed something. Why is there a timer? Oh dear, we have to get through here quickly. Okay, one moment. I had to blow my nose. Let's pop our movement rune, because, you know, we need to move as quickly as possible, so I'm hoping to keep that thing running basically 24/7 now. Ouch. Let's do that. Then we'll hit 4. Apparently this thing is just, like, doesn't take damage. There we go. Thankfully, we have 400 turns before anything terrible happens. I don't know if we'll die or if we'll get thrown out. I'm not sure. I'd rather not find out, to be fair. So, let's try and make this quick. Oh, another scroll. I fell into a trance. I know not how. Were it the rich blossoms or the oppressive heat? I swooned into the grass, and the mists swirled over my face, playing out fantastic shapes before my eyes. Dancing ladies strolled across the skies, and rows of dwarfs stood laughing as their beards flew into the wind. Then I felt a shadow near, and the ladies scattered and the dwarves and the dwarves in terror screamed, their mouths yowling and spitting black pearls. I tried to move but couldn't. And frozen in fear, I saw the shadow above me, looking down upon my continents? I don't know. Contents. That'll be it. Contents. It grumbled and lurched. It grunged and lurched away. I passed out then and have just recovered. I am not sure what to make of this. I wish to leave, but I do not know the way. Only by escaping the mist shall I have a clearer view of the land. Yet each path seems to wind unexpectedly, each step takes me closer to the centre, and not further. I must hasten my pace. Indeed we must. I've never been here before. I thought this was a volcano. I guess I wasn't paying attention to what it said. Oh, acid drakes. Ouch. Oh, that's a big acid drake. Well, we've still got 300 odd turns. I might just have to start puffing it though. And I don't mean the acid drakes. Ouch. I'll spend a few turns to loot everything. Oh, hello. I have found a body. A fellow Thaloren, by the looks of things. Her face was contorted in fear, her limbs twisted into painful shapes. Yet there was no blood. And I see not how she was felled. Was it the shadow? I have buried her as best I could. There are strange things in this land, and I am afeared. I saw a large ant earlier, and when I tried to stomp it underfoot, it screamed at me and called me names. I crushed it, its eyes went red and burst, and there was a shrill death cry that echoes round my skull, scattering my thoughts. My head aches, and with each pounding, the earth visibly shakes beneath my feet. Is it a fever? I must get out of here. So apparently our note-leaving adventurer is a Thalor. Well, there's the way out. Let's see what happens. That's a regular war axe. Nothing special about it, so get rid of him. That's a humanoid. I don't think that's the guy who was here, because it's human, and we're looking for a Thalor. We have 50 turns. What? Excuse me? That doesn't seem good. In fact, excuse me a moment. I'm going to look up this place. Okay, I had a quick look at what this area is. So it turns out this area is to unlock a new class. Also, I had a look at what the timer did as well. The timer is a, well, countdown, obviously. But if we get to the other side of this place and kill an enemy that's there, we... I think it might just be worthwhile to stand in place and just wait. Because the thing that happens is that you take 2/3 of your health as damage. So, provided we have plenty of health available, which is looking less likely, hang on. Things are getting sketchy. I can just honestly pop my unstoppable if I need to. Let's pop unstoppable just in case. Oh, hello. Okay, this isn't what I expected. Well, I already looked at what the wife and the mouse dream was. So, what we have to do is we have to talk to these yeeks, which will turn into ghouls, and then we have to kill them. Which is kind of interesting. So, let's put everything into strength, give us more power. And we're going to end the part here because it hit 30 minutes. So, I hope you all have enjoyed, and I shall see you all next time.